Greetings and happy 2016, everybody. My name is Peter, and welcome to Retro Essential for this very special edition of Consolation. As always, I thank you very much for taking the time to check out my work today. I really do appreciate it. Today is the first part of a two-part series, or mini-series, I guess you could call it, called Consolation Unwrapped. And why do I call it that? Well, over the next two episodes, we're going to be unwrapping games from anywhere from 1999 into the mid-2000s. Games that are factory sealed, games that have not been played. While some people like to collect these games for history purposes and keep them as is, whenever I buy games, I like to be able to open them and play them myself, whether it's for the first time or whether it's to recapture memories from playing them when they originally came out. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about PlayStation games, and I have 4 games that I'm going to be opening on camera today. And no matter what I do, this take will stick because I cannot unwrap and then re-unwrap these games. So whatever happens, if I make any kind of speech blunders, if I say anything bad, if I stutter, that's all going to stay in. So wish me luck, and let's go ahead and do this. The first game on the agenda is Fisherman's Bait 2, Big Old Bass. Now, before we unwrap this, a little bit of background as to why I wanted this game. I was a big fan of the original Fisherman's Bait when it came out, and the reason for that is because I saw it at a bar, at a sports bar actually, and I was very intrigued by the idea of a fishing arcade game. Now, of course, fishing arcade games aren't new, or the idea isn't something that's uncommon. Sega did a bang-up job with Sega Bass Fishing, I thought, a game that I still enjoy playing to this day. One of the reasons that I'm hoping to pick up a Sega Dreamcast in 2015 is to be able to play that game again. But the Fisherman's Bait series is very arcade-style, very easy to pick up and play, and you don't require a lot of fishing knowledge to play them. And heaven knows I am the furthest thing from a fisherman that there probably is. So I found this earlier this year, I'm sorry, it's not this year anymore, earlier in 2015 at Retro Games Plus. Unfortunately, it didn't come complete. It just had the little facing here, and then it had the actual disc. But before then, I had got Big Old Bass 2, which is actually Fisherman's Bait 3. Now, this game, I did a Let's Play on this under the Retro Unscripted YouTube channel a while back. And this game is just off the charts insane in terms of crazy storyline, crazy kinds of fish that you can catch. It embraced its arcade background and went to the nth degree with it. So I had those 2 games, but I didn't have Big Old Bass, which is this one right here. And so, thanks to getting this as a Christmas gift from family, I can now not only play this, but I can actually open it here on camera for you. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, unfortunately, when this came in, some of the cellophane was already peeling. So we'll go ahead and we'll unpeel the rest of the cellophane here. So there we go. The cellophane is now unwrapped. You can still see the Fisherman's Bait 2 sticker on the top there. We're going to go ahead and peel that back. Maybe. There we go. I always hated these for original PlayStation, even PS2 games. And I always used to just take these off and destroy them. This I'm not going to destroy yet. I'm going to put on my table here. So, Fisherman's Bait 2 Big Old Bass. This is from 1999, and this was back when Konami still had their original logo before they changed it up for the 21st century. Inside of the game, we have the Big Old Bass disc, which is blue-backed instead of green, and has the fisherman over here on the right with the Konami logo. This looks like it might be a reprint, if I had to guess, but I don't know for sure. Looking at the instruction manual, put the disc down right here for a minute. The instruction manual does have the, as a lot of games did back then, does have the warranty card or the registration card that you could send back to Konami. Granted, they probably look at this and laugh these days. Who purchased the game? How did you hear about the game? What are your favorite magazines? Boy, remember video game magazines? Next Generation, PSM, GamePro, OPM, Die Hard Game Fan, PS Extreme, EGM, Game Informer, and Nintendo Power are the options. Do you own any other game systems? Dreamcast, Game Gear, Game Boy, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Color. How many PlayStation games do you plan to purchase in the next 12 months? That's where you know you have a problem. If you circle 15 or more. Who else in the family plays the game? What are your favorite hobbies? Team sports, skateboarding, movies, arcade gameplay, that's mine, and collecting. So I always thought that these registration cards were pretty cool. Fishing terms, which is right here at the very end of the book. Angler is a fisherman, if you didn't know that. And line is a fishing line. Thank you, Konami, for that. So Big Ol' Bass, Fisherman's Bait 2, finally in my collection. Very happy to own this, and will be looking forward to putting some time in on this during the rest of my holiday break from school. So that's one. Next on the list is Rising Zan, Samurai Gunman, also released in 1999 by Age Tech and developed by Wep Systems. Wep Systems, the Cool Borders folks, if you remember them. Rising Zan is a Funko Land memory for me. I remember when we got this in at the store, I'm like, what the hell is this? And I opened it up, and the best part of this game, at least to me, is the magnificent theme song that is fully voiced when you first put the game in. It is absolutely, without a doubt, 100% awesome. I'm not going to do it in this video. I might do a Let's Play on this in the future. But this game, just all Funko Land memories for this. Wanted one super ultra sexy hero. If that doesn't sound Japanese, I don't know what does. Do you have what it takes to survive a dangerous adventure filled with some of the baddest hombres you've ever seen? Rising Zan takes you to the wild west of the 1800s where, armed only with your trusty gun, katana sword, and ultra sexy moves, you must shoot and slash your way through 10 action-packed levels. Along the way, you'll solve puzzles, play mini-games, and earn sexy points as you become the super ultra sexy hero, Zan. Boy, I cannot wait to play this again. I think Game Informer did a really cool replay of this. Dan Reichert was at the helm. This game is just so off the wall and so quirky that I had to have this. And the fact that you could get this factory sealed was a really cool deal for me. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and crack open the cellophane on this. Maybe. The fun part about doing this on camera when the cellophane is really new like this and the game is just untouched is that trying to find that one corner to open is sometimes difficult. But I did find it. Crinkling the cellophane for effect here. And we will take the ID sticker off the top of the game. Again, there it is, Rising Zan. We'll take this off. We'll put this with the Fisherman's Bait 2 one, and that just kind of fell apart in my hands. Oh well, I can open the rest later. So we'll open the case, and there we go. The disc is a little crooked, so we'll fix it. Rising Zan in the blood red, with some interesting artwork. A cowgirl over here on the right. And on the left, you can see the Rising Zan artwork. And we'll take a look at the instruction manual here, as we did for Fisherman's Bait 2. And again, there is a registration card in here. It is vertically oriented, like that. Systems that you currently own: PlayStation game console, well, obviously, if I bought this. Sega Saturn. Somebody recognizes the Saturn for a change. Sega Genesis, Sega CD, Super NES, NES, Virtual Boy. I don't know if anyone actually admitted to owning a Virtual Boy. 3DO, Nintendo 64, IBM PC, Macintosh, and M2, if you remember that whole debacle. The M2 is actually listed here. Favorite type of games, favorite games. Do you use the PlayStation Link cable? No, I do not. Why did you buy this software title? Reputation, advertisement, type of game, product review, in-store display, price, or other? I should just highlight other and say super sexy. How did you first hear about this software title? Magazines or periodicals you read? Expert gamer, tips and tricks, game buyer. Game Pro, PSM, PS Extreme, Game Fan, Next Generation. Boy, I miss Next Generation so very much. EGM and official PlayStation mag. And there's a nice open space for comments here. The manual is 28 pages in length. Definitely something I think I'm going to have to read because I don't think I played this game very well when I tried it at Funcoland. And part of that was because who read manuals? We took them for granted back then, but now that I actually have a manual, I want to make sure I read it. Also very interesting, as you can see, the really shiny Rising Zan logo in the middle there. It reflects off the light really cool. So Rising Zan, a samurai gunman from 1999, developed by Wept Systems, published by Age Tech, and now unsealed in a game that I can play over the next couple of weeks. Been waiting for this. I've actually been holding off since Christmas, so it's been killing me that I haven't been able to play this yet. Next game on the list is Freestyle Board in 99, another 1999 game as you might expect. This one from Capcom, from the Street Fighter and Resident Evil people. This game also has the little display hook on there, which unfortunately we won't be holding on to. Why Freestyle Board in 99? Well, the first thing that appealed to me is that this was developed by Pony Canyon. Now, Pony Canyon, if you've played NES games, might ring a bell because they developed some NES games, or at least they were behind the development of some. I believe that Lunar Pool was one of them. I think that the version of Hydlide for the NES was another. There were several other games for the NES that they were responsible for, so that kind of leapt out to me, and I said, well, why not go ahead and give this a try? Also interesting about this game is that in reading reviews of this plays kind of like, at least from what I understand, like a Street Skater style of snowboarding games. Now, I have my fair share of snowboarding games. I have the Cool Boarder series, and I have Trick and Snowboarder, and I have X Games Pro Boarder, and MTV Sports Pure Ride. And I suck at all of these games, but I'm hoping that this will be my Street Skater. This will be the game that I'll be able to pick up and play. But I'll find out. So let's go ahead and open this up. Now this, unlike a lot of other PlayStation games that I've opened before, actually has a little pull tab that I just have to try and find where it starts. Boy, I sure hope that I can do this before 10 minutes elapse. This, by the way, is why I'm not doing all of the sealed games in one episode. I'm breaking this down into two because this is taking me longer than I thought. All right, here we go. So we will unwrap the cellophane. Take that off there. You can talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Now, I already got it off. And we'll put the cellophane off to the side. So here is Freestyle Board 99. Unfortunately, the game did come with a little bit of a crack in the hinge area here, which is unfortunate. But it's still factory sealed, so let's go ahead and peel off the ID sticker again. Freestyle Board 99 sticker right there. So we'll take that off there. That came off with not a problem. And we'll open this up. Maybe. And there we go. Freestyle Board 99. Blue seems to be a common theme in two of these three games. The ice blue theme with the Freestyle Board 99 title. Capcom logo on the right, as was customary, including the Capcom hint line, the 900 number, so you could charge up your phone bill. And the instruction manual, let's take a look at that. The instruction manual does come with another registration card. Here it is, horizontally oriented. Name, age, street address, city, state, zip, email address, and phone number. Also, signature of parent or guardian if 18 years old or under. Tell us about yourself. Who purchased this game? Who plays this game the most? What systems do you own? PlayStation, obviously. Nintendo 64, Sega Saturn, another Saturn mention. SNES, Sega Genesis, PC, and Mac. So no M2 and no 3DO this time. No Virtual Boy either. Sorry, Nintendo. Did you rent this game before purchasing it? That's a pretty interesting question. Where did you purchase this game? Toy store, mass merchant, mail order, software specialty, or online? How did you hear about the game? Which publications do you read regularly? More EGM, Game Fan, Game Pro, Next Generation, PS Extreme, OPM, which is official PlayStation magazine, PSM, Game Informer, Gamers Republic, Nintendo Power, or other. Do you have access to the online services with the subject in the front, or the internet capitalized? Yes, no, AOL, CompuServe, other. So apparently AOL does not qualify as the internet, I guess. If so, are you familiar with Capcom's webpage? What are the main reasons the player purchased the game? Gameplay, box design, graphics, recommended, demo, gift, played before, price, screenshots, or other. And would you like us to send you information on upcoming products? So that is your registration card. Let me see here. Freestyle Board 99 replays your performance after finishing the run in every mode. To stop the replay, press the start button. That's nice. Instruction manual. Ollie, cancel, break. Fakey. Nothing about tricks, at least not yet. All right, well, I'll have to figure this out. As always with Capcom stuff, at the very end, they actually do give you the option via the website to buy some stuff. Looks like some t-shirts and strategy guides. Mega Man X4 t-shirt, EX Alpha, or EX Plus Alpha. Pocket Fighter t-shirt with a very angry mini Zangief. Resident Evil t-shirt, Resident Evil 2 t-shirt, and a Resident Evil 2 strategy guide. So that's pretty cool. Freestyle Board 99 from Capcom from 1999, developed by Pony Canyon. Get ready for the wildest free riding on the slopes. Choose from 6 borders and test your skills on 10 different courses. Freestyle Board 99 comes equipped with 4 modes of play: championship, time competition, freestyle, and versus. From the steepest backcountry terrain to the aerial action of the half pipe and straight jump, Freestyle Board 99 is a rough and tumble Winterfest for boarders of all ages. So that is Rising Zan. And last but not least, just as a bonus here, this is NFL Game Day 2005, released in 2004 for the PlayStation, likely one of the last PlayStation games made. I actually bought this from Sears when I was living in Arizona back in 2011, and I never opened it. So I'm going to go ahead and open it now. Again, taking off the cellophane, casting it off to the side, the NFL Game Day ID sticker. And we'll take that off of there. And when we open up the NFL Game Day package, we have a PlayStation Underground card, and I'll get to that in a minute. We also have the NFL Game Day disc, which has not the most intricate of artwork, but it does have the NFL Game Day logo on the front, with the 989 Sports and Sony Computer Entertainment logos on the right. Before we get to the game itself, we'll take a look at the PlayStation Underground cards. I loved PlayStation Underground when it was a thing. Join the PlayStation Underground free, and when you open this up, you actually get a list of the stuff you can get, plus you get a nice little postcard to be able to send back. You do have to put your own stamp on it and send it to Irving, Texas. In the next 6 months, how many games will you purchase? How many PlayStation games do you own? So now that's 370 something, I think, that I have. Date of purchase, primary user's date of birth. How many hours do you play your PlayStation game console per week? 1-888-780-SONY if you want to fax it. So those of you that have fax machines, you can go ahead and try and fax this to Sony and see what happens. So a PlayStation Underground card. So I'm guessing that by having that card, there's no need for a registration card, and there's not. The manual doesn't have a registration card in it. Very black and white, nothing very colorful or over the top about it. Yeah, it is an instruction manual. Let's see who does the play-by-play here. Do they even list it? They do not. Still done by Red Zone Studio, which is good, of course. But yeah, so NFL Game Day 2005, published by Sony Computer Entertainment and released in 2004. And now it's open, and now I can play it if I so choose. So those are the Unwrapped PlayStation games. 4 of them for you today. I'm looking forward to putting these games through their paces and seeing what they're all about, especially Fisherman's Bait 2, Big Ol' Bass, because I never got a chance to play that. And, of course, Rising Zan Samurai Gunman, because who doesn't want to be super sexy, ultra cool, right? Thanks for watching this episode of Consolation, everybody. I hope you enjoyed watching me open these factory-sealed games. Hopefully, if you're a collector, it didn't hurt you too badly. Please make sure to tune in for part 2, which will be up later this week. And until that next episode does go up, thanks for watching, everybody, and take care.